Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 74. And speaking of four, Hotel Transylvania 4. We're talking about it again, and for the last time, too. So, this is going to be a very direct follow up to the last canceled episode I made. And in that video, I talked about not only, Venom 2 being delayed once again, but I also mentioned how there was this rumor that Hotel Transylvania 4 was either going to find a new release date or go to a streaming platform. And the streaming platform I mentioned was Netflix. Well, that last part turned out to be partially true because this movie has indeed skipped theaters. That's right. It has pulled a Soul. It has pulled a Luca. It's pulled a Scoob. It's pulled a Trolls World Tour by saying goodbye to theatrical and hello to streaming slash PVOD slash I don't even know anymore. The Digiverse. Let's just call it that. Right. But where it's going surprised me a little bit. Because I thought for sure it would be Netflix, considering how you know, some of Sony Animation's previous movies, Mitchell's versus the Machines and Vivo, they went to Netflix. So if they went to Netflix, why couldn't this? No, it's going to Amazon, which is a bit of a swerve, to be honest, because Sony really doesn't do anything with Amazon. Like I know Sony does stuff with Netflix. They have like this deal where like when it comes to their movies, like once they're done with their theatrical run, they go straight to Netflix. So I thought, yeah, the same thing would happen here to some extent. Either the movie would be theatrical and then go to Netflix, or just go straight to Netflix. But nah, Amazon. They chose Amazon, which is weird because Amazon. When I think of Amazon, I think of mostly Paramount movies. Without Remorse, Coming to America, Tomorrow War. Those were all Paramount movies before they went to Amazon. And yes, I know Cinderella, like Sony's Cinderella movie, that has gone to Amazon. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's weird. I didn't expect this really. Uh, so am I shocked about this whole situation? Not really. I mean, if you've been paying attention to what's been going on recently, this shouldn't shock anyone. Because if you notice the past month, literally the past year or so, yeah, family movies when it comes to the box office have not done great at all. In fact, you could say they've been doing terrible. I mean, the best of the bunch is at this point in time, well, not at this point in time, but very soon, is Jungle Cruise. And even that movie, it's not making the type of money that it would realistically make, in a pre-pandemic world. And if that's the best of the bunch, then we're in deep trouble. I mean, after that, what do we got? We got Cruella, which it is getting a sequel to be fair, but it still kind of did weak, for the Disney live action remake movie. And then after that, we just got Space Jam 2, Boss Baby 2, Peter Rabbit 2, all flopping. Well, Peter Rabbit 2 did save face with overseas, but still, none of those movies living up to their potential. Yeah, like, if none of those movies could do well, what chance did Hotel Transylvania 4 even have? And not to mention the whole Delta variant situation, raging all across the country, and the whole vaccine uh vaccine cards where if you're gonna get to a movie now, at least in certain this doesn't this doesn't apply everywhere right now, but this is like select few markets. But if you want to go to the movie theater, you need a vaccine card. And guess who can't be vaccinated right now? People that are under the age of 12. So kids under the age of 12. And you want to know why that's a problem? Because that's Hotel Transylvania's 4's primary audience. That's who watches these movies, not the parents, although the parents usually pay to watch these movies and suffer in silence. But yeah, kids watch these movies. They're the ones who want to watch these movies. And if they can't go, then this movie pretty much makes $0. like, come on now. It's that's definitely the reason why Clifford the Big Red Dog was yeeted from the schedule a few weeks ago. Still doesn't have a release date at this point in time. And yeah, this movie was kind of screwed either way. In hindsight, it really should have stuck to that July release date, that 23rd release date, because if you remember that weekend was weak. Weak. I mean, Old did okay, but Snake Eyes, bomb. Absolute disaster. So it could have thrived a bit that weekend. It could have made some cash, but they didn't do that. Instead, they moved it to October, and now this happened. But there is some good news. It has nothing to do with Hotel Transylvania, though. Oh, I didn't even mention this deal going down with Amazon. They're going to sell for like $100 million. Yeah, which is probably the amount of profit this movie would have made if it stuck to a theatrical release. So it's not a total loss, but it's a loss for theaters, though. That's a fact right there. They lost out on a lot of potential revenue because those Hotel Transylvania movies, they make some serious cash. I mean, they make hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, that's nothing to sneeze at. And now that, another one of those movies isn't going to be theatrical anymore, it sucks. It sucks for theaters. But at least Adam's Family 2 no longer has to deal with ultra direct competition. Doesn't have to deal with that anymore. Which is, this whole thing is funny because Adam's Family 2 is from MGM. And if you know, MGM was bought by Amazon. And now Hotel Transylvania 4, which was going to be Adam's Family 2's direct competition, is going to Amazon. Like, I find that so weird. It's a weird world. So, yeah, for all you Hotel Transylvania 4 fans who wanted to see this movie on the big screen, sorry, can't do that no more. But you can watch it on Amazon Prime Video if you want to, which I imagine quite a few people do, judging by the view counts on those trailers and how much traction this movie got. And not to mention how well some of my videos did, just for me even talking about the movie. Even though I had like no interest in seeing it at all. But now that it's on Amazon, I don't have to pay to watch it. I mean, I guess I could watch it. But and I didn't even mention how this sucks for me because I can't make a video on it anymore. I was looking forward to making a box office prediction video on it. Would have been great. But no, that's a lost video now. So yeah, that kind of sucks. And another bit of news happened today. Well, not even like an hour ago. And it revolves around Fast and Furious 10. It has a release date now, officially. It has an April 7th, 2023 release date. Now, Universal making a Fast and Furious 10 should shock absolutely no one. Especially since, how F9 has done and this hellhole we call the pandemic. Even though F9 didn't make as much as, say, it was Furious 7. Furious 7, which made 1.5 billion, and Fate of the Furious was made 1.2 billion. It has leagues and bounds better than anything we've seen in this current era of movies. Because it's made almost $700 million, which is way better than any big Hollywood movie. It's way better than any, big Hollywood movie up to this point. I think it's probably the best since what? Rise of Skywalker? Yeah? Yeah, definitely. and that was like way back December 2019, a far, 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 far simpler time in hindsight. So yeah, make Universal greenlighting another one. Well, they were going to make another one anyway, but them giving it a release date is not surprising. And now it's going back to that good old April release date. There was the same release date that Furious 7 had, Fate of the Furious had. Well, Fast 5 came out the end of April. And some people don't notice, but Fast and Furious or Fast and Furious 4, Fast 4, that started this whole April release date thing. People don't know that, or at least they like to forget that because that wasn't a very good movie. Everyone talks about Fast 5. Nobody talks about Fast and Furious 4, like ever. But yeah, this doesn't surprise me one bit. And yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? This was inevitable. But the question is, will they? I know F9 from watching it, they did go up into space, but will they fully commit to that in the 10th movie? Maybe. They just might. Then there's the whole situation with, like, this is spoiler territory. With Han and Shaw. You know, after what happened in Tokyo Drift, and now they met again, and that's gonna be interesting to watch. But yeah, for all you Fast and Furious fans, if you're watching these movies, ironically or unironically, this is, good news for you. You get to watch another one in 2 years' time. So now the question, what else could happen? What else could go wrong? What else is going to change? Ooh, well, let's look at the release schedule here. Nothing, August is set. Nothing is going to change August. September looks set. I think, yeah, all these movies look set. October, that's where things get problematic. Hotel Transylvania 4 or Transformania, scratch it off. It's a non-issue at this point. Uh, No Time to Die though. That depends on. I honestly, if any more movies get delayed, it'll be because of the performance of Shang-Chi. Like, Shang-Chi is going to determine if these bigger movies are going to stay put on their current release dates or if they're going to move out to 2022. Because if Shang-Chi does well, then they're likely going to stay. If it bombs, goodbye to 2021 and hello to 2022 for a decent amount of these movies. So, Shang-Chi, yeah, its performance, yeah, that's gonna be a movie to look out for, no doubt. Especially when it comes to the fate of these bigger movies. But yeah, No Time to Die, I'm not too confident it's going to stick with that October date. Venom 2, I mean, it just moved there. It might stick, but it might not. Dune's gonna stick. I see that happening. Eternals, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Top and Maverick. They might stick. Enchanto, I can see that getting the Disney Plus Premier Access treatment, considering how everything's going with, like, family movies and Delta variant and, you know, vaccine cards and all that jazz. I can see again the Disney Plus treatment. But and Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. I don't see that staying. I see that moving. Spider-Man: No Way Home. Where is the damn trailer? That's what everyone wants to know at this point. I feel like I don't I don't know if it'll move. I guess it all depends on if we get the trailer or not in the near future. If we do, and it comes out publicly, fantastic. If it doesn't, the movie's likely going to move again, which is going to be disappointing. The Kings, man, I see staying because I bet they just don't care at this point. They just want to get rid of it. And Matrix 4 should stay because that's HBO Max. Sing 2, that could stay, but it I don't know. I don't know if it'll do all that great considering the environment that probably will be in, but you never know. Things could get better or worse. You know, weird stuff happens all the time. Things change all the time. I mean, the beginning of the year it was bleak as hell, and then a couple months later it's all doing great, and then a couple months after that we're sliding down. Is never consistent. So trying to predict how any of these movies are gonna do is just impossible at this point. So yeah. Anywho, that is it. That is all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage with all previous canceled videos I made up to this point. With this video, it's now 74. I cover all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't because of a certain virus and a certain variant of said virus. uh, it would be wise to watch basically the whole series. That way you're up to date on all these movies. That way you know exactly what's going on with, especially with movies that you're looking forward to. So if you want to watch any of the previous canceled episodes, you can go right ahead. There's also box office predictions where I predict box office results for movies. This weekend I got 4 to do. I got Night House, Paw Patrol, Protege, Reminiscence. That's gonna be rough. The next 2 weeks, just one movie each, which is infinitely easier. Candyman and Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is going to be the big one. That's going to be a movie to keep, that we're all going to keep our eye on. But that movie is going to determine the fate of the fall holiday slate, more or less. But if you want to check out any of the past prediction videos I made this year, you can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. August recap will come out first week of September. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.